This week's instalment of The Batty Time has been scrubbed. DJ Morgan Grotesque has been having a hemorrhage for the last half dozen years and has been hurried off to a convalescence geological formation in Swansea, where his blood will be knackered into a test tube inundated of subject matter. And the gunge from the paunch nips of a whooping cough lion.
That's a dog, not a lion.
We link him there instantly using impressionable pocketbooks. Over our heads, and assemblage him in an exceptional place, not unlike imaginary place. A situation of the mind, where we can all be there, collectively, everlasting, in war and musical harmony, in love. You're listening to The Concept.
The Concept. Not a dog. No dog.
Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of the Daft Hour. I'm Elvis Herod.
And I'm Bambi Rashid.
And we unfortunately don't have Morgan Fantastic with us today. Well, actually, technically, we don't have me with us today either.
I don't think I'm here either.
I think none of us are here
None
this
of us
week.
are present at the live time that this is broadcast.
This is pre-recorded.
In my studio.
Up in the special cave of joy.
Yeah!
So, yes, no Morgan on today's recording, but what we're going to do in a special tribute for him is play back some bits and bobs from previous shows.
Yeah.
Some of his best bits, if you will.
Some of his best bits, and indeed some of ours, I reckon.
Probably.
Yeah.
But, of course, because he's not here,
Nope.
at this recording
Yes.
bit, which isn't going out now,
It's going out on Wednesday.
where you are now listening, which is Wednesday the 2nd, I think.
At about 5
o'clock.
5:03 now, I reckon.
Probably, yeah.
Roughly.
In about 15 odd seconds.
Ish.
So, yeah, to begin with, we're going to play you a little bit of music. We'd just like to say thank you to the lads from The Concept there who gave us our little introduction.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know that is never actually going to happen for real.
Ever again.
It won't happen.
That was merely a bit of a japesome joke on our part.
It was.
Ha ha! I'm laughing so hard my legs are going to fall right off on the floor and I'm going to have to sweep them up.
Well, you better, because you're in my special cave, and I don't want legs all over the place, do I, really?
I suppose not.
No. Not at all.
Should we play a special song?
We shall, and this first song is actually dedicated to Morgan.
Yes, it is.
One of his favourites, and I'm sure he'll let us know his opinion on next week's show.
I hope you enjoy it, Morgan.
I reckon he will.
I went to the pictures the other day to see myself a film. Bride of Chucky was on screen 3, so that's what I went to see. That's what I went to see. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day. Bride of Chucky all day.
Dislike of the week.
Morgan Fantastic News.
What's that?
That was the dislike of the week, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And so this dislike of the week this week
Yes.
was Morgan Fantastic's news. It's rather rotten of us, that, isn't it?
But because he's not here
to defend himself.
Yes, but neither are we.
Neither are we, so we are all defenceless.
Yes.
And blameless.
Completely blameless.
I reckon he's going to be very mad at us.
Do you think?
I reckon he will be.
Well, I think one of the reasons he might be mad at us is because of the song, the very short song we just played.
Oh, yeah, Bride of Chucky.
It was, but it was...
Well, it's the piano version.
It was a different version.
Well, the piano version, actually.
If you don't know, listeners, basically we've played one of our tracks before called Bride of Chucky, and Morgan Fantastic
is not a fan.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't.
He's stated that.
In fact, he's not just a dislike.
It's a venomous hatred.
It makes him a little bit mad.
Makes him bloody bonkers.
It does, and I think out of our nastiness, we recorded that, didn't we?
We did.
It's a bit mean of us, but you know what? It's happened, doesn't it?
It doesn't matter, eh?
Doesn't matter.
I'm sure. Hopefully, he'll find the funny side of it, and whenever the next show is, he'll be able to, get on with us again and just get back into the swing of things and make everything all right again.
We'll see. What do you reckon next? I think we should play a tune from somebody we like.
Yeah, definitely. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking of something I listened to on the FMA.
All right.
The Free Music Archive, by an artiste called Novella.
Put it on.
I will do.
Now.
Okay, this is it. Well, that superb piece was called Ends by the artist Novella. It was recorded at WFMU over in the US of A. Lovely piece. Well, coming up next, we've got a little interview with a special guest. We had him on the phone the other week, but we had some connection issues.
Yes.
So we've got him live here, just have a little chat with him. So I'd like to say hello to our friend Jack. Are you all right there, Jack?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, it's very nice of you to join us.
Jack Mumbai.
Yes, Jack Mumbai. Thank you for joining us in the studio. It's
Okay.
Okay, thank you. It was very nice of you to join us today in the studio
In
here.
the studio.
You are, yes. I've just got a couple of questions for you, Jack.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you always get referred to as Jack Mumbai?
Jack Mumbai.
Yes, yeah. Do you not prefer...
Studio.
Yes. Do you not prefer it to be shortened to just Jack? Like when you're referring to yourself?
Mumbai.
Jack Mumbai, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you prefer Jack Mumbai to Jack?
I think he's gone.
How has he done that? He was in the studio and he
was
still managed
weird.
to hang up.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is very strange.
Maybe he just has connection problems generally in life, like you just can't connect to people.
To people.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's something quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be something very spiritual.
Oh, well, we'll try and get Jack back in the studio on the line somehow.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Can I have a cracker now?
I'd rather you didn't. Can we wait until you're off air to have a cracker? Technically, you're off air now, I know. But
Oh, yeah. I really want a cracker.
that's the sound of Elvis eating a cracker. Stop it!
Okay, right.
Biffy Clyro, 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 Biffy Clyro. Right, we'll have no more Biffy Clyro in this house. No more Biffy Clyro.
I told him.
That's enough of you. That's enough, Biffy Clyro. No more Biffy Clyro.
Biffy Clyro. Not one jot. None of it.
Biffy Clyro, 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 Biffy Clyro. What have I told you about playing Biffy Clyro in this house? No Biffy Clyro in this house, please. No more Biffy Clyro for you. No more Biffy Clyro for anybody.
Is he still at it?
He's still playing Biffy Bloody
I
Clyro.
told him. So did you.
No more Biffy Clyro.
What else can we do?
I don't know.
Oh, let's tell him again.
Biffy Clyro.
We've already told you.
Biffy Clyro, 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 Biffy Clyro. Right, I'm sick of this. You're playing Biffy Clyro so much now. No more Biffy Clyro. No more Biffy Clyro. When I say no more, I mean no more Biffy Clyro.
Seriously, he's still playing.
He's still playing Biffy Clyro.
I've told him many.
I've told him much times.
Biffy Clyro. Not in stores.
Biffy Clyro, Biffy Clyro.
And if you've just joined us, that was the Biffy Clyro messages here on the Daft Hour.
It's a very serious message, isn't it?
CVFM on a
sorry.
Wednesday.
I talked over you there.
That's all right.
I do that with the real jingles, don't I?
You do that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm told off for that quite often.
Well, Morgan Fantastic, as we've already said, is not here to defend himself today. So if you want, I can tell you off for it instead.
Go on then.
Oh, will you stop it?
That was just like him.
Was it?
Yeah.
Shall I do another one?
Yeah?
Oh, will you stop it?
That was just the same, wasn't
Thank
it?
you. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Singing along.
Don't.
Why?
Because you ruined it now.
I did not ruin it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, it's a song that I made a little while ago.
That was a really long mix.
It was, wasn't it? It's almost as if we've been really dirty.
It's almost as if we did that just to
For instance, time.
fill loads of time in,
We
yeah.
did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the thing about repetition.
Oh, he was savage. Savage. I would say he was in that condition for about 4 days at least. Savage, yes, savage. Terrible, terrible condition.
Think of the real world without repetition. I imagine it would be relatively dull. If there was no repetition in our reality, then we would have used up all the words and sounds already, and even the word repetition could only be used once.
Part 1.
Hey up, Stanley. Have you ever wondered what my thumb might look like inside a glove puppet?
No, love, I ain't.
Would you like to?
Not first.
Can you make a decision?
Not first.
Oh, Stanley, what am I to do with you?
Not first.
This would prove rather difficult for me to simply even speak to you right now. I've used the word repetition 5 times already, and I can tell you that by the end of this sentence I will have used the word repetition another 3 times, because repetition is what this programme is all about.
Then he,
Repetition.
Part 2.
Hey up, Stanley. Have you ever wondered what it might feel like to run naked down the high street?
No, love, I ain't.
Would you like to?
Not first.
Can you make a decision?
Not first.
Oh, Stanley, what am I to do with you?
Not first.
One of the most commonly used methods of repetition to be universally manufactured and most habitually heard is music.
We drove and 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 drove and
Think of the real world without repetition. I imagine it would be relatively dull. If there was no repetition in our reality, then we would have used up all the words and sounds already, and even the word repetition could only be used once.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I must confess that I've got stuff. I've got lots of stuff, in fact.
As well as music, repetition is utilised for learning. One can commit certain information to memory by repeating it over and over and over and over and over and over again. This is called rote learning. Rote learning can be useful for actors learning lines for a play or for people giving speeches, for example.
Part 3.
Hey up, Stanley. Have you ever wondered what it might feel like to burst a spot on the end of an important authoritarian figure's nose?
No, love, I ain't.
Would you like to?
Not first.
Can you make a decision?
Not first.
Oh, Stanley, what am I to do with you?
Not first. A lot of people will probably think I've got too much stuff. But it's a fact. I've got lots of stuff.
On October the 29th, 1941, Winston Churchill gave a speech at Harrow School. It's possible that Churchill, whose surname has the letter L repeated, may have used this method to learn this speech. But even if he didn't, we do know that the speech itself employs repeated words within it. You are now about to hear a section of this speech where Churchill incorporates the overuse of a particular word. This has never been heard before in its entirety, and you will be able to grasp to what extent this word is used.
Never give in. Never, 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 never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in. Never, 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 except to convictions of honour and good sense. Never, 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 never yield to force. never, 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 never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
Think of the real world without repetition. I imagine it would be relatively dull. If there was no repetition in our reality, then we would have used up all the words and sounds already, and even the word repetition could only be used once.
Oh, he was savage. Savage. I would say he was in that condition for about 4 days at least. Savage, yes, savage. Terrible condition.
Part 4. Hey up, Stanley. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to dress up like a gorilla?
No, love, I ain't.
Would you like to?
Not first.
Can you make a decision?
Not first.
Oh, Stanley, what am I to do with you?
Not first.
Churchill obviously really wanted to get his point across and employed the use of repetition in order to do so. I would love to sit here all day and talk to you about why I feel repetition is one of the most useful elements in the contemporary world. But I'm not one to reiterate.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
That was a little radio play about repetition there.
Yes, featured a special person, Mr. Oblivion Substantial.
Oh, Bliv. I do like Bliv.
He's a nice man.
Lovely chap.
And if you don't know him, then just go and find him and get to know him, would you?
Go out there and go, where are you, Obliv?
Oblivion
Substantial.
He's a lovely man.
He
played a chicken in an opera, what I wrote. He lied about his age. He
lied about his age?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's in his early 50s. He's about 51 or 50.
How old did he say he was?
He said he was 40.
Oh, by the way, whilst we were off the air, we managed to get hold of Jack again.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if we can have a word.
Yep.
Jack, welcome back to the studio.
Yes, Jack!
And so, first of all, how do you do that amazing...
Oh, he's gone again.
He's gone again.
Oh, right. Okay, then. Well, whilst we're trying to get him again, we might as well get on and play our next track.
Yeah, it's a really good one, and it's especially for Morgan Fantastic.
Morgan Fantastic, please enjoy this new rendition of, well, you'll see.
Bride of Chucky, 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 bride of Chucky.
I went to the pictures the other day to see myself a film. Bride of Chucky was on screen 3, so that's what I went to see. When it had finished, I thought to myself, I've got to tell my mates. So they all went to the pictures as well to see what I had seen. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day. Bride of Chucky, bride of Chucky all day.
And that was
Bride of Chucky, the monk version. It was nice of them to pop into the studio to record that for us.
Thanks to the monks for that.
Thank you to the monks. Not a particular group of monks, just the monks.
Congratulations to everybody listening.
Yep, well done, and you've passed the test.
You've passed the 26-minute point.
Ooh, aren't you lucky? Did they get a badge?
Nah.
No? A balloon?
Nope.
What about a copy of the Radio Times?
Yes.
Yep.
Copy of the Radio Times.
And a blind man stick.
A blind man's stool bag.
Yep, did you get one of them as well?
Yeah.
So to get these prizes, you need to pop into your local hardware store, buy the bits to build a Never Gonna Happen machine.
Yep.
And you will be provided with those things.
Oh, do you know what?
What?
I have no idea what you're on about.
Not really. No, you
it's
don't.
It's a good job this is the Daft Hour, isn't it?
Well, it is, isn't it? Otherwise, it would just be nonsense without a title.
Wouldn't it just...
You can't have nonsense without a title. It's got to have a title, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yes, you're listening to the Daft Hour on CVFM. This is pre-recorded because we are not there. We're here now. If you can guess which day it is, tweet in and we'll tell you if you've won or not, live on air.
Yep.
Which will be impossible. Anyway, let's listen to a new track that you're particularly proud of, aren't you?
Me, yeah.
I do enjoy this one. We are using this time without the glaring eyes of Morgan to actually just play you some of our nonsense.
So here it is.
Would you please be upstanding for Glitter is the Devil's Spice?
Glitter is the devil's spice, she yowled at me before she moderately tossed me back my top hat and star-jumped off the uppermost section of St. Paul's Cathedral. Her timing was impeccable as the two Catherine wheels nailed into her eye sockets swiftly rotated, making her look like a silly bitch with fireworks in her face. "They'll never find my body," I heard her declare during her descent to the ground beneath us. She tried to run away, but it was too late for that now. Her frame, which at first looked quite like a woman, now gave off the appearance of a carcass in a rosy puddle. I peered down to the lady splash on the pavement and put my hand over my mouth to prevent repeating that day's belly meal, which just so happened to be dirty rainwater that I had sipped from a baboon's glove. I forced myself to think of something that wouldn't make me vomit. I know, I thought. Maths. I zipped up my fanny pack tight and dared a mountain wolf to spin me a nice safe web in which to use as a helicopter and warrant a safe voyage to the asphalt. I stood over Miriam's stiff slop and took out my notepad, writing an insufficient message. My shopping list happened upon the same page, and now, as well as couscous, light cheese and bovine mammary drivel, I had successfully added dud pinwheels and pints of blood to the sheet. A cocktail waiter zombied his way over to the mess and peered down at Miriam in her pulped slump. He was particularly distraught at the revelation of negative gravity after effects, and his eyes dribbled. I could hear his lower lip palpitations and accelerated my support concerns. "Don't worry," I whispered to his right leg, doing my best Edith Piaf impersonation. "This is only a cartoon." "Only a cartoon," said the cocktail waiter, during which time I'd flagged down a taxi and was sat on the driver's knee looking at the objects that I'd procured from Miriam's wallet. I was very interested by my findings. There was a pipe, a piece of green chalk, some shoelaces, a Bible, a little book of thunks, a subscription, 2 tins of peaches, salmon, dollhouse miniatures, dusk, Linda Mavin, a bottle 4 shillings, a damp wig, some frost, a game of snap, burger, want, the Statue of Liberty, Brian Davis, a wrap of speed, temporary tattoos, 2 tickets to paradise, a tooth wrapped in velvet, audition tapes for a popular Dutch television series, clothing pegs, cotton wool, half a stick of celery, a knob of butter, a map of the knobs in Kentucky, a doorknob, a knob, 474 needles, a last of the summer wine colouring book, mumps, 3 pairs of girl socks, a diving board, a steering wheel, a Gilbert and Sullivan manuscript missing 15 pages, chewing gum, a life support machine, an ironing board, cheap imitation Warner Brothers slippers, an open box of Gaviscon, Greg Evigan star of My Two Dads, a torch, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, a lava lamp under milk wood, 50 dead ladybirds, a cheap rice felt, gunpowder, cheap perfume, ivory, 9,000 pregnancy tests, 2 turtle doves, Pat Sharp's diary, a marble, a rabbit's foot, juniper berries, a kiln, lemon mousse, a jar of sweat, moon dust, dank, a Scottish maths book, a nipple, some keys, wooden hammers, gunge, human saliva, the Great Gatsby, a telescope, and a pair of tits. Could you get off my knee, please? Said the taxi driver. I can't see a thing. I noticed that he had a tiny spot of glitter on the tip of his nose, but I chose not to tell him. 7 months later, I found out that that particular taxi driver had passed away after a very long and painful battle with a bear. I wonder if he would still be with us if I'd have told him. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, or so they say. My name's Martin Walmsley, and I went to sleep in a burning house.
Movie news.
The thing about Tarantino is since he got fat, he can't direct violence. Harvey Keitel couldn't even swing his sword above the knee in a scene I'm going to call cartoon broth, really, because although the violence is just for entertainment purposes, the blood was green and Uma Thurman's role was recast to a large quantity of dry ice. And don't even get me started on the villain, who wasn't who Tarantino claimed it to be. The bad guy is credited to Tim Roth in the opening titles, when it's clearly and obviously just Madame Mim's scenes lifted from Disney's The Sword in the Stone. I'm going to give Tarantino's newest attempt, Fast Food Ninja, 2 turds out of 10, and the only reason it gets the second turd is because of the cameo from Ben Kingsley as a pile of skinned rats.
All right, okay, well, yeah. You caught us by surprise there again.
That was a surprise.
It was.
We could just go back and pre-record this bit.
Oh, okay.
Your phone's just gone off.
Should we cut this bit?
Well, we could just... Nah, I can't be bothered.
All right, should we go from the end of that link?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so that bit, blah, 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 Tarantino, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, that was the movie news, ladies and gentlemen.
And previously before that was Glitter is the Devil's Spice, and a great piece by Elvis over there, under the title of Plush Goulash. So I'll claim a little bit of credit for that, even though I had very little to do with it.
You helped, actually.
I did, didn't I?
Yes.
But I'll not as much as...
You just rubbed my nipples as a...
Yeah, not in a musical way, just in a sensual way.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the beginning of the show, we told you we were going to play some best bits from previous shows, so we're going to go ahead and do that for you now.
Yeah.
Please enjoy.
Right, that was 30 seconds of...
show number 1.
Show number 1 speaking. That was the speaking from show number 1.
No adverts,
condensed
no music.
In to 30 seconds without the adverts, without the music. God, I hope you liked it.
It was wonderful. Well, this week has been interesting, hasn't it?
Nah.
Not really? Okay, so this is pretty much the end of our show. Next week, normal service shall
I actually
resume.
don't think I will be back.
Really? At all?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Why?
I hate it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Is this like you're on a confession of hatred for the show?
Yeah. I think so.
I wish you'd give me some kind of warning.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what to do now.
Just end the show.
All right, well, next week, it'll just be a repeat of this week, so this will go on forever. You've been listening to the Daft Hour here on CVFM, and you will be again next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.